Hello guys, this is Revolution. On this video we are going to be discussing whether the main character from the Naruto series could actually succeed in the Dragon Ball Z storyline. We're going to look at whether Naruto, if he had a Saiyan body and Saiyan biochemistry, whether he could succeed just how Goku did upon being sent to Earth. Now guys, this isn't a comparison video in terms of their powers. It's pretty damn obvious that Goku far surpasses anybody in the whole Naruto series in terms of power, but then the Naruto characters are more technically gifted than the Dragon Ball characters. That's not truly what this video is about. We're going to be looking more at Naruto's personality and how it compares with Goku's, and how the differences, even if slight differences, could affect how Naruto would progress throughout the Dragon Ball storyline. But I know some people are going to comment on a Naruto vs Goku battle in the comment section anyway, so I'll give you that chance with my first question. Who would win in a battle between Naruto and Goku if all stats were equalized? Goku can have Ultra Instinct and Naruto can have the Sage of the Six Path powers. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Keep it civil, keep it polite. So guys, I've been promising I'll be covering some Naruto for a while now, and I've been constantly getting requests. I can happily let you know that I've just finished my rewatch of the original Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. This is like my third run through, but this time I did it without all the fillers, and I cut a lot of those silly flashback scenes as well. I should make a mastered version of it because it really does enhance the series without all those fillers and flashbacks. And I'm also up to date on Naruto. So you can expect more videos considering Naruto in the future. It still will remain a prominently Dragon Ball channel, but I will do some Naruto content as well. Please do keep supporting the channel, keep smashing that like button, keep lending me your energy. I'm honestly very grateful for all your continued support. It is truly humbling. So what if Naruto was a Saiyan and adopted all the Saiyan biology and was sent to planet Earth? Of course, this is a hypothetical video, so you'll have to suspend your belief at times. Naruto will not retain any of his ninja abilities and he won't have Kurama, the Nine Tails, sealed inside him, but like I said, he will gain the full power of Saiyan biology. Saiyans are a warrior race who adapts during mid-fight and gets stronger as the fight goes on, and they also receive Zenkai boosts when they are near death and recover from near death. They have a natural affinity to control ki, and if a Saiyan has enough S cells, which in the right environment can flourish, if they trigger an emotional response, a powerful emotional response, they can achieve a transformation called Super Saiyan, which multiplies the Saiyan's abilities by at least 50 times. So Goku obviously has a certain set of personality traits that allowed him to flourish throughout the Dragon Ball storyline. He is very kind, he is pure-hearted, he is determined to achieve the next level, constantly breaking through his own limits. On Earth, he has managed to build up a certain amount of S cells that eventually allowed him to become a Super Saiyan on planet Namek against Frieza. He is considered a martial arts genius and is technically astute. He learns moves very quickly. Seems like quite a laid-back guy, however he loves to fight, he loves to test his abilities against opponents. He doesn't necessarily do it to save the world, but he will do so if other people are in harm's way. Ultimately, he is actually a one-layer character. He's had very little character development since Dragon Ball, but he tends to inspire those who do have character development around him, like Gohan, Vegeta, Piccolo, Tien, and even more recently characters like Hit, Jiren, and even Beerus himself. Despite being a martial arts genius, his natural affinity for intelligence is pretty damn low. He does, however, have that same pride about him and wants to fight one-on-one against the opponent in a fair match. Even if the universe is at stake, like against Kid Buu, him and Vegeta both agreed to fight one-on-one rather than take Buu on together. There are occasions where he has fought two-on-one before, like with Piccolo against Raditz, but he prefers to fight one-on-one. Naruto has differences, but he isn't entirely different. He has that Shonen Jump main character trait of always wanting to surpass himself, not giving up, and putting his life on the line against opponents when his friends are in danger. Just like Goku, Naruto is incredibly determined, probably even more determined considering at the beginning he truly had nothing. To begin with, Naruto was frowned upon by other members in the Leaf Village population, but he dug deep and overcame that. Whereas once Son Goku hit his head when he was a baby, he literally forgot everything. It was literally like a restart, and then he was literally just obsessed with martial arts and overcoming his own abilities. Unlike Goku, Naruto isn't a martial arts expert. Sure, he can fight, he knows how to fight, but he isn't comparable to the likes of Sasuke, who was considered superior to him, and as well as Rock Lee, who was considered superior to him in Taijutsu. So he isn't naturally gifted, but his determination always pulls him through that and allows him to learn new powerful techniques that even other gifted fighters have yet to learn. Naruto is far more hot-headed than Goku. You never really see Goku get wound up by the opponent, however Naruto gets wound up by the opponent constantly. Naruto did mature down the years and it became less of a problem, but his emotions often got the better of him, especially when he was a young child child or a teenager. However, the Naruto series is far more about teamwork than just individuals gaining more and more power. Sure, Naruto does gain more and more power as the series progresses, but Dragon Ball has a lot of focus on power alone. So you could argue that Naruto is far more open to accepting help from teammates and comrades. Death is pretty much a joke in Dragon Ball as well. If you die, you can be wished back by the Dragon Balls. Of course, this does rely on the rest of the Z Warriors beating the villain in question. However, in Naruto, once you die, you're pretty much dead. You can be brought back by the reanimation jutsu, but what I'm trying to say is Naruto has responded to the death of his comrades and still gone on to, exceed his limits and beat the opponent in question. Just like Goku, Naruto always finds a way in the end. So obviously, like I mentioned, Goku pretty much had his personality reset upon hitting his head as a young child, and then went on from there. I'm going to ask you to suspend your belief here and say that Naruto kept his personality traits from Naruto and still met Grandpa Gohan and trained in martial arts, but retained the personality traits that you saw in Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, and even Boruto if you want to add that as well. If he has Saiyan biology, he would still have a tail, and therefore he would eventually turn into an Oozaru and would kill Grandpa Gohan, just like Goku did. He wouldn't really have control over that. Grandpa Gohan wouldn't know about the Oozaru transformation until it happened. Naruto would grow 10 times in power, and it would ultimately be too much for Grandpa Gohan. Grandpa Gohan would die, Naruto wouldn't know why he was dead, and they'd eventually meet Bulma, and he would still possess the 4-star Dragon Ball. He would go on an adventure with Bulma, and she would still turn up thanks to looking for the Dragon Balls with the Dragon Ball radar. They would meet Yamcha, and because he has Saiyan power, he's going to be stronger than the average human, which would cause Master Roshi to take an interest, and Master Roshi would eventually train him alongside Krillin. Unlike Goku, Naruto isn't a naturally gifted martial artist, so it wouldn't necessarily cause jealousy from Krillin's part in terms of martial arts prowess. However, because of his Saiyan biology, Naruto would naturally grow in strength at a far faster rate than that of Krillin, who is human. Naruto is willing to put the training in, as we saw with Kakashi, Jiraiya, and even learning and surpassing his previous master Jiraiya in Sage mode under the Great Sage Toad. So just like Goku in the original Dragon Ball, he would most likely undergo all the training that Goku did and achieve the same results as Goku did through his sheer determination, training with Roshi, climbing Korin Tower, and eventually training with Kami and Mr. Popo. Training with Korin, Naruto, despite not being naturally gifted, learned the Rasengan in a short amount of time. It's an extremely difficult technique to learn, only the 4th Hokage had learnt it at the time. However, there is one problem with that: he used his shadow clones to help him learn that technique. Unfortunately, in the Dragon Ball world, there's no such thing as shadow clones, but it must be said that Kamehameha isn't a difficult technique to learn. If you know how to utilise Ki, you're pretty much halfway there. It's even stated in the Daizenshu, pointing out that even Yamcha and Tien have managed to learn it pretty easily. So there's a chance that Naruto wouldn't learn it instantaneously like Goku did. However, he would learn it eventually with a bit of training. First time the Dragon Ball world was truly at peril in Goku's story, when Piccolo was introduced. Goku was incredibly determined to stop Piccolo and ultimately earn Piccolo's respect. Naruto has similar effects on antagonists where he influences them into making the right choices, for example Nagato and Obito. You could even add Neji and Sasuke into that as well. Like I've said, Naruto is incredibly determined, and when his comrades are endangered, he tends to surpass himself and finds a new way to win. He would eventually beat Piccolo himself, given his hypothetical Saiyan powers. Just like Goku, he has an affinity to turn his enemies into comrades. Of course, at the beginning of Dragon Ball Z, that's when Raditz would show up and tell Naruto is a Saiyan. So of course the question is, would Naruto have had Gohan at this point? Well, of course, he's had his son Boruto, so he's not averse to a bit of hanky-panky. Naruto pretty much fell in love with Hinata at a very similar age that Goku married Chi-Chi, so you could probably transfer that story over, but obviously for the purpose of this story it's going to be Chi-Chi and not Hinata, and Gohan, not Boruto. Once Naruto learnt of Raditz's evil intentions, he wouldn't join Naruto, and Raditz would eventually steal Gohan, just as he did in the Raditz saga in Dragon Ball Z. Naruto, being hot-headed, would most likely go straight after Raditz. Naruto would be far more open than Goku to accept help from Krillin, Yamcha, Tien, and of course Piccolo would show up, as well as he himself finds Raditz to be a threat to even his own existence. However, with a bit of teamwork, I don't see this fight playing out the same way. Once Naruto's comrades turn up, i.e. Krillin, Tien and Yamcha, despite not being that relevant in terms of power level, with a potential 5-on-1 against Raditz, they could certainly come to some sort of strategy to find a way to stop Raditz. With more Z Warriors there to occupy Raditz whilst Piccolo fires up the special beam cannon, and that would ultimately defeat Raditz. However, this would cause major complications throughout the rest of the story as opposed to Goku's journey, because without Goku sacrificing himself in order to take down Raditz, maybe one of the Z Warriors will sacrifice themselves, but with Naruto being far more open to help from his comrades, 5-on-1, possibly more if you add Roshi and an enraged Gohan, you can definitely see them finding a way to tie Raditz up until the special beam cannon hits. Of course, Naruto wouldn't die and find his way to King Kai's planet, and he wouldn't learn the Spirit Bomb, nor the Kaioken, nor increase his power many-fold. Of course, he would know that Vegeta and Nappa are eventually going to arrive, so he would undergo a lot of training. Naruto would most likely spend most of his time training in the hyperbolic time chamber and increase his power that way. However, I do not believe he would increase his power to the levels Goku did on King Kai's planet. So when Vegeta and Nappa arrive, they would be in serious trouble. However, there is one thing: Nappa would most likely still kill some of his comrades, and that could cause a Super Saiyan transformation for Naruto. Remember, during the Saiyan saga, Goku didn't witness his friends die like he did with Krillin on planet Namek at the hands of Frieza. Naruto is kind-hearted and lives on a much kinder planet, on planet Earth, and with his same biology and the amount of S cells he would have gathered in that time, seeing one of his comrades killed in battle would ultimately trigger the Super Saiyan transformation. A 50 times transformation would surpass Nappa comfortably. It would increase his power 50-fold. With the Saiyan invasion, Piccolo was stated to have a power level of 3,500. So you imagine that Naruto, with his same biology training at the same time as Piccolo, have a power level relative to that, most likely just above, somewhere around 4,000 to 4,500. Times that by 50, Naruto would have a power level of around 200,000, which would even be too much for Oozaru Vegeta, with the 10 times multiplier he gets from Oozaru, elevating his power to 180,000. So Naruto would eventually win, especially with the help of his comrades in this situation, who are in fact the Z Warriors. And of course, Vegeta would take an interest in Naruto at this point because Naruto has unlocked the legendary Super Saiyan transformation. However, it must be said that this version of Super Saiyan Naruto, he would get Super Saiyan earlier because he didn't die in the Raditz saga and saw one of his comrades die against Nappa and Vegeta, would be nowhere near as powerful as Super Saiyan Goku on planet Namek, who had a base power level of 3 million and ultimately a Super Saiyan power of 150 million. Take into account that Piccolo died in the Saiyan saga, then Naruto would have to eventually travel to planet Namek to collect the Namekian Dragon Balls to resurrect Piccolo so that their Earth Dragon Balls would still be in place. After being defeated, Vegeta would end up back on Frieza's spaceship to be rehabilitated, and he would most likely tell the Frieza Force members that there is a Super Saiyan amongst the universe, which might cause Frieza to actually search for Goku instead of Goku going to Namek. But we'll cover that on the next video. If you enjoyed this video, please do smash the like button and let me know what you think in the comment section. It's a wacky video, I know, but I think it's fun to take into account how Naruto would have done in Dragon Ball himself. If you're on Twitter and Instagram, do come follow me on those social media platforms where we can talk Dragon Ball or Naruto even further. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to be notified whenever I release new content. Until next time, Ad Astra.